Here with this part of the project, we laid out the headers and the seals, and we're just doing a quick shed together. We only had a couple days to do this, and the rain kind of stepped up our game quite a bit. On the video, you can actually see the shock wave from the air nailer. It's kind of cool. The process of this was just to get a floor down, get it flat, because our barn is literally coming down. In the 3 weeks prior to this, I put a measurement in the barn. The top of the barn, it came down another 2.5 inches in the 3 weeks that we were gone. So the goal is to get this building up, get it watertight, and get our stuff out. There's honestly a really good windstorm, and we're going to be in trouble. So we stepped it up a little bit, sped up the process, and Josh went with us. That's our second son. We were able to build what you'll see here in about a day and a half, really. We didn't really get a full day in because we were going to get materials. We originally went to a place to get some materials, and it was off of Marketplace, off of Facebook, and these gentlemen were coming upon some reclaimed wood by tearing down chicken houses and old barns and stuff. I mean, it would have been nice to get it at a fraction of the cost, but realistically, this building, I'm trying to build everything we do on the property. We're trying to build it so that it has a second purpose later on. Right now, it's going to be a tool shed to get our stuff out of. The goal at this point was just to get the walls up and get it wrapped in Tyvek before the next rain came. And all for the whole time we could see, we were working. I was starting to get concerned about the noise. That nail gun go off pretty loud, and it's a very quiet community. And I sent out a few texts to people around and called them and said, "Hey, I'm sorry about the noise." And they had said they couldn't even hear it. They were all inside because of the rain. So that was pretty promising. But with the air nailer, a good old Harbor Freight air nailer came in really handy. We were able to pop the walls together, get them framed up, get them in a square. The floor of the shed is it's 16 on center as well. We went with 3/4 inch plywood, 2x6 floor. It's basically sitting just about on the ground, and tied it all together with 3/4 plywood on the floor. And then here you'll see us set the walls. The walls were screwed into the bottom, screwed in the corners. We just did a basic roof. We put a king post on the ends, tied a single rafter in, and then ran them up one at a time. Again, the whole time we're working, we're trying to avoid the rain, and you wouldn't know it by looking, but around the area where we were working there, all those leaves, it had rained for 3 days before this. But that's how quick stuff dries out down there, because there's always a breeze, and the clay, once the water gets off the clay, it goes right into the earth. It's amazing. It's not a muddy mess. And we were on the ground putting stuff in, getting the floor rafters tied in, the joists, all that connected, and our pants weren't wet. So it's a pretty good sign of how quick it dries out down there. That road that you see right there next to our property, that's an actual dirt road. It's not even gravel, it's dirt. And it got a little muddy, but you have to be in it while it's pouring rain, or you don't really see the mud. It dries off that quick. It's pretty nice. But we're going to get back to this, the framing of this end. It wasn't, it was expensive, yes, but it was expensive only in that the wood prices have tripled. This is a 12x16. And to get one from your local, whatever they're called, garage, shed dealer, you name it, they were in the 10,000 neighborhood for what our finish will be. We were able to go to the Restore again in Athens, picked up a really nice window. the wall that's not framed right now, that's where the door and the window will be. We were honestly just trying to get it in, get it up. The window that goes in is a single pane. We're going to frame it in like it's just a casement window. It's 40 by 44 or something like that. It's almost square. It's an older window, and when we were checking out the barn to see how much had fallen, Josh pointed out this old door that was in there. I thought, well, let's get in there and get that and get it out. And just walking in there, I stepped through the floor in a couple places. It didn't fall anywhere because the floor in that part of the barn's about 1.5 feet off. I did step on a nail. That's going to happen. No life-threatening injuries or anything like that, but we were able to get the door out and looked it over. It's got a panel missing in it. We're not 100% sure where the door came from. I haven't gotten any input at this point. I haven't gotten any input back on if it was the original door or not. Some of the people in the neighborhood do remember the house and the building that was there. The original house actually sat about 20 feet straight away from where the camera is on the other side of this building and went along the road. Well, the only reason we know that is because the granite foundation blocks are still there to some degree, and there's a small pad. So it's kind of interesting that another building is going up. Our goal is to get this wrapped in Tyvek, get some support panel to it like plywood and whatnot, and maybe recite it in T111. But the next phase is to pull the barn down and see how much good wood we can get out of it in order to, if we have enough, we'll side this with the old barn wood. It'll get the old metal roof off the barn. And the goal is to make this building look like it's been here for a while, but have the benefit of having fresh bones, so to speak. So here's your door video.
Hello. We're down here building the tool shed, the new shed, because our garage is falling, or our barn's falling down. And I got looking around, found this old door. So we're gonna clean it up. Assuming it might be the original door for the house that was sitting here. Don't know for sure, but we'll find out eventually. Needs a little bit of work, but I think we can make it work on a tool shed. So we'll see how clean it gets.
Bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
Keep this rag on the well house just for that reason.
To be in the great out.
Glass is lumpy, so it's, it's old glass. It's not smooth like current glass. Old glass has got a I don't know, It's got a little bit of lump to it, you know, it's not flat.
Forever free, you and me, meant to be in the great outdoors. Forever.
Spin it around, wipe the other side.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small.